made threats against him if he were to ever shave his head or get a haircut. So,
and
he is basically locked in on that haircut for life. Under penalty of death.
So, hello everyone. Welcome to round 4 of the SCG Open Kansas City. On the right, we see Ryan O'Connor sporting an afro, playing Wolf Run Boo. And on the left, we have Joseph Faulkner playing Solarflare, also with afro. Whose is better? I mean, Ryan's is a little messed up. I think Joseph has.
Joseph definitely has the cleaner afro today.
Yeah. It looks very nice. I'm not gonna lie, but so nothing really exciting changed with Ryan's list compared to Reed Dukes from last week. He's playing 4 bonfires instead of 3 and a Blasphemous Act, but he does have 2 Snapcaster Mages and only 2 Solemns. So he shaved a Solemn for a Snapcaster Mage. I don't actually like that. I really like the Solemns in the deck.
Yeah, I like the Solemn Simulacrums a lot. I think Ryan's deck is definitely a favorite in this matchup, though.
Yes. Ooh, there's a little miss on the sideboard. And then what's Joseph doing over there?
Joseph has a pretty eclectic Esper deck here. I mean, it's kind of Solar Flare, but there's only 1 on Burial Rites, so I don't know if it's really Solar Flare. It does have the Elish Norn package. I mean, this is not Solar Flare. There are no Sun Titans. So.
Is there any on Burial Rites?
1.
Okay, so.
So this is more of an Esper control deck.
If there is a reanimation spell, it is Solar Flare. That is the rule, because all the Solar Flare decks only do is run 1, maybe 2.
All right, fair enough.
If it
does it always have
Sun
Titan?
It's a Solar Flare deck.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take it. This deck's really interesting. I mean, he's got 1 Soren Markov, 1 Tameo, 2 Gideon Jura, an Elspeth Terrell, 3 Liliana. I mean, he's a Planeswalker deck.
That is some crazy stuff.
But he's also got an Entreat the Angels, some Terminus, some Day of Judgments, some Lingering Souls.
Definitely a rough matchup for him. Planeswalkers don't really, match up well against a bunch of Primeval Titans.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely a tough one for Joseph. But he starts the game off with an Evolving Wilds, sends it over to Ryan. Ryan has a Hinterland Harbor, and passes it back. Let's see what land Joseph goes for.
So Joseph choosing to fetch up an island.
All right, an Unhinged Island, my favorite.
Favorite kind of island. Brad loves his Unhinged Islands.
I do. I always had a tough time getting him. Then I moved to Roanoke, Star City headquarters, and just bought up enough for me to play anything. Got like 20 of each. All right. Turn 2 Pontiff for Ryan. That's not the greatest start. You want a Rampant Growth or a Farseek, but it's going to have to do.
And
that's a lot of Carperline Gorges.
Yeah, that's a bit of a strange hand there. He can choose to make it so that he draws a bonfire not next turn, but the turn after, but he doesn't really know what Joseph's playing. Or maybe he does. Maybe there's some secret network of people with afros.
I mean, I could definitely see that happening.
What, a secret network of people with afros?
Yes.
Okay.
And setting up the bonfire, all of it.
Okay.
If I was Ryan, I would probably put the bonfire way at the bottom. Maybe you can just keep digging it down in case something happens that you want it for. All right, Lingering Souls, perfect reason to have a bonfire 2 down. Now he's going to flash that back and get to take all of them out with it.
Yeah, so Ryan here draws, what is that? That is a Friday Night Magic version of perhaps Ponder.
No, that's the Lauren version.
No, the other card in his hand that he just drew.
Oh, I did not see it. Yeah, that is very shiny.
It's a particularly shiny card here. Ryan again thinking about where he wants to put this bonfire.
Was Frost Titan ever a promo? I could see that being a Frost Titan.
Oh, yeah, maybe it's the
All right, we found a Farseek,
Mr. Frosty.
but he wants next turn to end up casting that bonfire for 1 if he flashes back the Lingering Souls and then playing the Farseek, since it's not going to speed up his clock for a Primeval Titan.
That makes sense. And instead, Joseph chooses to pass the turn, not wanting to play into this bonfire from Ryan. So Ryan, probably still going to bonfire for 1 here.
Yes, I mean that's his plan. He's going to be tapping out for a long time. I think it's worth it. All right, down go the 2 Lingering Souls tokens.
Joseph down to 19 now. Bonfire is actually pretty good against Joe. He has enough Planeswalkers where you can
Maybe kill 1.
yeah, like get a Planeswalker and get some Lingering Souls tokens.
All right, so
I don't think I'd keep them in, but
yeah, a much needed extra island comes down. Oh, they're MPS islands. That's what's in his hand.
oh, awesome.
What is an MPS island? I don't even know what those are.
I don't either.
I've never heard. Huh?
Is there
Some Japanese promo I got told.
yeah.
All right, end of turn Forbidden Alchemy for Joseph.
And it's looking like he's going to grab an Oblivion Ring. Already with an Oblivion Ring in hand.
Oh, they're not that bad for this matchup, right? Like, does he have any Ghost Quarters in his main? It doesn't look like it.
No.
He's got a couple Tragic Slips to interact once that Inkmoth hits play.
Alright, so I mean if he gets Primeval Titans, he's in a rough spot here for sure. And there's no counter magic in Faulkner's.
Well, yeah, I mean, it
Deck
seems
right
like you
here,
want to
so-
move. This seems fine, 2 weeks ago, but now with Primeval Titan decks coming back, you really need to make sure that you have a game plan against them. So Ryan's going to untap, start slamming Titans, hope 1 sticks, but of course it will. And
Oh,
if
yeah,
there
it will.
if there is a network, he knows that there's no counterspells, so he can safely resolve this Primeval Titan.
Yeah, I mean this is where the Afro Play Network is being used against Joe here. I mean sometimes you have to wonder whether or not it's really worth it to have that Afro. So Ryan here searching up an Inkmoth Nexus and a Kessig Wolfrun.
Tag team back again.
Yeah, this little combination has done so much
In the format.
in the format
I
since
just
last
loved-
fall.
Right when Valakut was rotating, a buddy of mine that owns a record shop was like, hey, that Inkmoth Kessig Wolfrun seems like it could be a really good combo with Primeval Titan. I'm like, that won't do anything. That's nowhere near Valakut. And I was wrong. It beat me at States. It took me away from my title. If only I listened to have Ghost Quarters. Alright, Oblivion Ring takes care of Primeval Titan. The Lingering Souls tokens gets in, dropping Ryan O'Connor 216. That hasn't happened yet. I'm just,
Yeah, he's
Psychic.
just a soothsayer, regular old future teller. All right, and doesn't look like there's going to be more action here for Joe. Ooh, all right. Apparently you are not a soothsayer. You're the opposite of a soothsayer.
he just wants to make sure to hold him back for blocking.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't want to let Ryan get in there with those Inkmoths. All right, Ryan.
Alright,
Going
Titan number
to
2.
Cast another Titan.
Ooh,
here.
he drew a second Primeval. That's so good.
That's pretty good. And
Just going to start getting the Glimmer Post now since,
I think you just get more Inkmoths, so don't you?
no, you only have 1 of each.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the rug.
No, he runs 1 of each in the sideboard, but
And this is the thing about Primeval Titan decks is you just go so much bigger than the other player. I mean, Primeval Titan providing more card advantage than pretty much any other cards.
yeah. Not only do you get a 6/6 for 6, but you get to draw 2 lands and put them into play.
And then every time it attacks, another 2 free cards.
And by the end of the game, you're not drawing lands anymore. All value.
So a rampant growth here for Ryan. getting very close to the point where he can just lethal Joseph outright with an Inkmoth Nexus. One more attack from Primal Titan should put him in range for that.
I feel like those foils should be like Halimar Depths. Because they just have a unique art that kind of reminds me of Halimar Depths.
Halimar Depths is a pretty sweet card.
All right,
Card would be good with miracles.
Oh, that'd be so sweet. I mean, we can play Miracles and Halimar Depths in a couple months at the Pro Tour.
It's true, you can.
I'll put you on that assignment. If you choose to accept.
I don't know. I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna work on Halimar Depths?
I don't think I'm gonna spend much time on that one.
All right. So Joseph is pondering over his options. He can take care of that Primal Titan, but the board is getting scared to get one shot by just an Inkmoth with a bunch of trample on it. So he definitely wants to make sure that he has to put some pressure on his opponent, but not drawing more lands is kind of a bad place to be. He really wants to find one of those tragic slips in his deck.
And let's see what Ryan has here.
If Ryan finds like a Frost Titan or something, that'd be really great to lock down that Plains. Especially since he only has one that locks down Gideon, Day of Judgment, Terminus, all of these things. All right, just says go. That's
not good for Ryan.
Yeah, the pressure is off. What does he have in hand?
I'm not sure. Perhaps a Phantasmal Image?
Yeah, it could be a Phantasmal Image.
Seems like what would make the most sense based on what's happening.
Yeah. All right, here comes Gideon.
Gideon going up to
8
loyalty here.
Yeah, and that is just going to be extra life to make sure that Inkmoth doesn't end the game.
Yeah, I mean, it fogs an Inkmoth activation, and Joseph's also going to get to...
because it fogs an
Inkmoth.
Inkmoth, yeah, then you get to eat it.
Yeah, which is very good and very important. Like
Oh, just draws another island, has to say go.
At this point, I think Ryan's in a really bad spot.
Yeah, Ryan has to find a bonfire. Maybe wasting that bonfire of the dam was a little bit too early.
I mean, he really didn't get that much out of it.
No, and now it would take care of all the tokens. His Inkmoth would eat the Gideon.
So I believe this is the Temporal Mastery.
Ooh, he found a Temporal Mastery, but does it even do anything? I guess it's slow. Can maybe help him get somewhere else in the game.
Maybe not. No, maybe this is Bonfire.
Ooh.
And Bonfire could kill both these tokens and Gideon. Yeah, so at this point, I think you just Bonfire for 10 if it's a Bonfire.
Yeah, you get rid of that Gideon. Like, if he has a mana leak, I mean, you want to play around mana leak, but come on, just kill it. Kill it dead. I mean, he can play around mana leak and kill the Gideon, but then he's playing around spot removal. Then he's not playing around spot removal, and I'd much rather play around spot removal than mana leak, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you see
especially
all the
since all those
Planeswalkers,
Primeval Titans
know
resolved.
that- So
3, 4, 5, 6. Just for 6? Well, I don't get 6.
yeah, I'm not sold on
Four
that.
plays. Four more plays around mana leak.
Oh wow! So he could have just.
Why would you? I think he's still thinking. Why would you not just try to kill the Gideon? It makes no sense why you want that Gideon dead with your bonfire.
Oh, okay. Is he? Alright, I don't know.
Yeah. So now and he could have just killed the Gideon.
Yeah.
And
So he has no cards in hand now, right?
No cards in hand. Facing down Gideon and Snapcaster Mage.
Yep. Taking 8. Falling down to 14 here. 2 more turns. It looks like this game's going to be over. So, Farseek from Ryan. Know what he wants to be doing. And
he has one more
Farseek
turn.
Doesn't do anything, so Joe just gonna get to.
Joseph gets to Forbidden Alchemy. Now, if he just bonfired, then there would be no Gideon. There would be no pressure.
It'd be extremely unlikely for him to win anyway.
Nah, you get top decks. Like, I know, I agree with that, but you get some top decks.
Yeah,
you still
I mean,
have 4 threats.
He has a cavern in play, yeah, and he has.
He has a Cavern in play, but he has a Kessig Wolfrun, so if he draws a Thragtusk, that's like lethal. Like a Snapcaster is almost lethal with that much land in play.
So Joseph can go ahead and cast Sorin Markov. And Sorin Markov.
I mean, just 10 him. At this point, I would just 10 him. And then 8 him and put him at 2. Like.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. I mean, here you get 6. I mean, you put him at 4, and you have 6 loyalty on your Sorin. So then it's just completely locked up. So Joseph Faulkner able to win the first game of this Afro versus Afro mirror match. Seems unlikely that yeah, Ryan going through the motions here, but not much of a chance. An end step Snapcaster Mage here for Ryan O'Connor. Or this is the main phase Snapcaster Mage, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna go ahead and flashback Bonfire of the Damned. Going to be enough to get rid of this Sorin mark, or enough to get rid of this. But yeah, now he's dead on board to Joe. Joe's just going to cast Day of Judgment and then attack with Gideon.
Yep. Wait, so did we just find what the best play would be and the person did it?
Look at that.
That's amazing. All right, Joseph takes game 1 with his Solar Flare deck, and let's talk about sideboard. Ryan is playing 2 Beast Withins that are great against Planeswalkers.
Definitely.
Natural what?
A natural end.
What's natural end? Is that it's destroy an artifact gain 3?
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh yeah, it's naturalized for gain 3. He has a Karn Limiter that comes in. He has another Inkmoth, another Kessig Wolfrun, and a Ghost Quarter that probably come in, and another Karn Liberated. He has Karn Liberated twice. Let's make sure that he didn't screw it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 15. Okay, no.
So does he have 2 Karn Liberated in his
We
sideboard?
should see if he has 2 Karn Liberated in his sideboard or not.
Rhino. The Rhino himself. He has 1 card liberated written on his sideboard twice. But I mean, it adds up to 15 cards, so maybe he just has 2 card liberated separated out.
All right. So what do you think Joseph's going to do with sideboarding?
Looking at Joseph's sideboard, he has access to Witchbane Orb.
Can we get a double check to make sure that Ryan
does not
has
have
2 cards in his sideboard? Because he might have screwed up his sideboard.
He has a Tameo, the Moon Sage.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait.
Pretty reasonable here. He has a Karn Liberated himself. He has a Batterskull, some Talon Reinforcements. Those aren't coming in.
No.
Day of Judgment is fine. I mean, it's another way to deal with the boom booms. Yeah, so I think he's probably bringing Karn and Tameo for sure.
Yes. The gate's not even terrible. It's not great, but
I don't love it, but
no.
I mean, it's his only counter magic, even post board.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, our prediction's right. The better Fro is winning.
Yeah, I mean, the Fro is just so clean. Joseph Faulkner. Now, do you think either of these people have employed a Fro pick in their strategy today?
No. That's crazy.
Well,
talk.
to make it, I mean, Joseph's looks fairly well kept. And it doesn't look like an Afro that just rolled out of bed and came here. Ryan, on the other hand, man, get yourself together.
Yeah, this is just embarrassing, man. What happened to you? I don't understand. I don't understand how something so good could go so wrong.
Yeah, anyway, I've said it before, and we've had Ryan in feature matches, but you know, I grew up with standard poodles, and you know, whenever I see Ryan, it really brings back a lot of fond memories of playing with my dogs when I was growing up. So,
too good. All right, so a turn to Farseek is going to get an island or a mountain. I'm assuming an island. Got there, figured it out.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, that's why I'm good at this game. And he's going to pass it back to Joseph. Well, he searches for a land too. Man, I feel like it's modern all over again, where everyone's just shuffling. That's pretty much what you do. You just shuffle. I heard they banned Ponder just because it was just too many shuffle effects.
I mean, then why haven't they ban fetch lands?
So my joke has holes.
All right.
Needs a little work. All right, Joseph untaps, draws for his second turn, and plays Seachrome Coast. We see a Seachrome Coast and a Day Judgment, a Tameo. Oh, he has another. Yeah, he has another Evolving Wilds.
I mean, with no 2-drop in hand, definitely the correct route to be taking.
All right, so Ryan ended up drawing another 2-drop search effect, so he has a Ramp Growth and a Farseek.
But I don't believe he has another land.
I don't think he does. All right, so Force comes down.
So next turn, going to be able to get up to 5, but if he draws a land, then he'll be in range for a Karn on a key turn. But he needs to draw properly in order to do that.
Yes, but because Joseph doesn't have any counter magic, that's still bad. Like, he has to react to every single thing that Ryan does.
Yeah, Karn is not to be trifled with.
No. And it's such a huge impact. Like, you ramp into it, still wanted to kill one of their lands, and they O-ring it. Like, the 2-for-1 is just so brutal. All right. Joseph
even when you have the O-ring, it's just so much.
Third land, and does not board his Lingering Souls out. This is like the matchup where you take Lingering Souls out.
It just doesn't do enough.
Doesn't do anything.
And I mean, well, last game it was quite good.
Yes, because it stopped the ink off, yeah.
But that was only because Ryan misused his Bonfire of the Damned.
Yes.
Ryan decided to Farseek here instead of decided to Farseek here instead of going for the Snapcaster.
Yeah, I'd hold the Snap. I mean, I'd much rather ramp. Snapcaster Mage can be used later in the game with Ponders.
And I mean, it's really good with the Temporal Masteries later on in the game too, once you have the Titan Chain, because then you have enough mana to do whatever you want, really. Ryan with double the land of Joseph.
That often happens in the early turns of a ramp on non-ramp deck.
Yeah, especially when you get to be on the play.
Yeah, alright, so Joseph gets to untap. He plays his 4th land, getting really close to getting that Tameo into play and start doing something, but it is going to be a little bit too late if Ryan gets some big, powerful spell on.
Yeah, and now we have 4 guys in the air here for Joe.
Ooh, end of turn, Beast Within, slowing him down. That's a powerful play.
That's a really big play.
Wowzers, that's good.
Yeah, I like that play a lot from Ryan here.
I mean, he gets a bigger board position, but who knows, Ryan might have a bonfire, or he just might play a Primeval Titan. He just does not want to give Joseph 5 lands, access to Tameo, Gideon, any of his powerful spells. Alright, that is a 7th land. Is he going to Karn, or does he got something else?
I think he's going to Primeval Titan over
He does,
Karn here.
yes. Yeah, I would definitely prime. It's prime time.
Oh, yeah. And prime time coming down. Making himself heard.
Alright, Inkmoth Nexus plus Kezeg Wolf Run. I think you just have to go for that, right?
Yeah, I don't really see a reason to go for something else. You can also just get double Inkmoth if you want, but...
No, you want to make sure that the Kessig's in play, because, like, what if
Joe has an Oblivion Ring or something?
Oblivion Ring into something powerful, yeah.
Yeah, there are only small corner cases where it would be correct to get both Inkmoths.
Mm-hmm. Like when you're blocking.
Yeah. Like Ryan's at 18, there's no reason to do anything but the normal route.
Exactly. Alright, so Entreat for 1. Ooh, it was so good to blow up the board. And now, because that he has that, he's just like, Joseph's like, alright, you have a Titan. I'm racing. Like, I don't know how easy that is to do, but...
Ryan's at 18. Joe has 8 points of
wow.
power in the table, in the air.
He's not racing. He did not want to attack with the Lingering Souls tokens.
That's really interesting.
It is. So if you're Ryan, what do you do here? You have a Frost Titan too?
Oh, that's a lot of options.
Yeah. Alright, Primeval Titan hits, triggers. Going to go for what I would guess another... So he did not bring the Inkmoth and the Nexus in, because there's no reason not to go for another combination of both of them if your opponent has Tameo in their deck. Yeah, he just has 1 and 1, he did not board the other ones in. Alright, so how Joseph block? I don't think he wants to get rid of the Angel. I could just see running 3 tokens and a Beast Within in there. Because the more you block with, then you just Wolf Run and lose the entire team. Yeah, so he puts the Beast and 3 tokens in. He's just like, please don't have any removal. I mean, he does have Snapcaster, so he can Snap and Beast Within, like, the Beast Within token, and keep his Primeval Titan, which I think is a good play.
Or he could just post-combat Karn and remove the Angel from the game.
Yeah, I mean, saving, like, the thing about this deck is it has limited resources, so you want all of them to do everything efficiently, and I don't think losing a Titan is efficient. I mean, this is just going to lock down the island, hopefully. You can race the 5 in the air.
Right. Yeah, so...
Oh, take care of the Isolate Chapel. You can't Day of Judgment me, bro.
But he can. And he will.
And he will. Alright, so 5 in the air for Joseph. He has the opportunity to just attack for 5. But he has to make sure how many lands are in play, because if there's too many, he's just going to die to an Inkmoth. So he has access to 7 infect if he attacks. I found the best way to figure it out is to the first 5 equals 1 infect damage, and the rest is that's how I always count. Or you count all the lines of -4.
Very reasonable way of figuring out how much damage they can deal you. 5. Ryan dropping down to 13 here. I mean, expect Joe to Day of Judgment.
All right, so what does he do followed up with? A Day of Judgment. Now, so what, when the board is clear and your opponent's tapped out, what's a good Planeswalker to put into play?
I think Karn Liberated would be
Karn
among the
is
best.
good.
One of the best cards you can put into play here.
Yeah, that seems like it would be pretty interesting.
Gathering.
All right, I guess you can ponder your decisions a little bit before you play it. All right, so we have a Temporal Mastery and a Bonfire. So, yeah, I think
Ryan just wins. I mean, Joe could have an Oblivion Ring, I guess, right?
Well, so what you do is you just play the Karn, and then you set up the Miracle Temporal Mastery just to 2-hit him with Inkmoth. Like, yeah, this game is definitely going to 3. Or this match, sorry.
So, Brian going to put a very powerful Planeswalker onto the battlefield.
Alright, Karn comes down, eats a card. He's like, but I need this, I need this, all of them to try to win the game. What am I going to do without any of them? I mean, the Karn's down, what do you do? I guess you can, like, rip a Oblivion Ring. Like, you just got to get rid of the Tragic Slip. Hope your Forbidden Alchemy Oblivion Ring. Don't die to the Inkmoth, and then Tameo down the Inkmoth, and hope that's enough. That's the line that I take. I don't know what line you take, but... Oh, he actually just, yeah, eat a land. That's better. Yeah. Eats a land, but Joseph did draw one, so now he can just, like, throw a Planeswalker into play. Gideon, tick it up. And Ryan's, sure, man, I'll still win your cards and I'll kill that with my Inkmoth Nexus.
Yeah, so Ryan here going to get 2 turns in a row.
Oh, yeah,
Temporal Mastery was on the top of his deck waiting for him. Set that up with a Ponder last turn. And that's going to be it.
Well, no, he's going to... So what happens? Karn should just eat the Gideon, right? Like, he's not going to do that? Alright, never mind. So he's just going to Primeval Titan. He's going to Prime Time. Steal a card from Joseph's hand. He should make sure that he has lethal. Did he even search for his lands yet? No. No, he skipped it. Yeah, he could have just attacked Joseph for close to lethal and then lethal by just using his Karn to kill. It's like, yo, bro. Okay.
And that's going to be good enough.
Alrighty. Alright, so now we go to game 3. Joseph gets to be on the play, but this shows how rough it is to play a control deck without a lot of counter magic against a ramp deck. Primeval Titan just eats these decks alive. Like, the card advantage you get off it, like, you get to play Primeval or a Planeswalker, that's fine. I'm just going to Beast Within it. I'm going to play this Titan. I'm going to get a couple lands, and I'm going to drown you in board advantage with my mana base.
Titan, just the best Muldrifter ever.
Yeah, you're going to tap out on turn 5 or 6 to try to stabilize with one of your permanents, and then I'm going to come over the top with my 11 mana and do whatever I want with it. If I have a Karn, I have a Karn, that's cool. If I don't, I'll play a Frost Titan, I'll play a Bonfire, a Temporal Master, like all these sweet things.
And now going into game 3 here. I wonder if Joe's still going to have the Lingering Souls in his deck.
Well, I bet he is, but he shouldn't. every deck I've ever played Lingering Souls in, even if it's aggressive, I don't want Lingering Souls against this matchup. It's just not. It just doesn't do anything. It's too much mana. Like, you want Lingering Souls is a grindy Magic card, and this is not a grindy matchup.
Yeah, Ryan's trying to fishbowl him.
Yes.
And by that I mean Ryan's trying to win while ignoring his opponent for the most part.
Yeah, you
do powerful things, then time walk.
Yeah, you spend 6 turns doing your stuff, and then you go, oh, what have you been doing? So, yeah, all of our matches have been going pretty close to time. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
we don't get to see. I mean, we have two cameras, yet we don't get to use them that often.
Yeah, we're not getting to see these other matches very often. I mean, this is rare though.
It is.
And lots of
especially in standard, yeah. Well, to be fair, we haven't seen a Birds of Paradise yet.
That is true. We have not seen Birds of Paradise yet. I mean, I think that has a lot to do with the fact that, you know, Gutshot is becoming this.
It's Gutshot. Ramp decks are becoming popular again. All these things push them out. Like, even though Red Green does have Wolf for Silverheart, and like, I have seen a lot of games play out against Ramp where Ramp will play its Titan, and then it'll be like, oh, you have 2 of them. You know, like, your guys are bigger than mine.
Wolf for Silverheart is a big boy.
He is a very big boy. All right.
That's a good card. Nobody thought that card was good when it got spoiled.
Really? We thought it was insane.
Yeah, I thought it was insane.
All of our decks are all around it for testing. The 13-year-old kid at the Pro Tour knew about it. Or the 8-year-old. Everyone had it.
$30 per team.
I meant the Magic Internet, not the Magic Pro Tour.
Oh.
Yeah. But they're excited about strange things and not excited about.
Dude, I was excited about Tybalt. That card didn't go anywhere.
I was not excited about Tybalt. I was like, oh wow, this is the best sideboard card ever against the Time Spiral Lock Constructed deck. You know, like, it is.
Yeah. What do we have?
So, yeah, I mean, the new Ajani has been seeing a little bit of play.
Yes, and
Online.
before the set rotates, I really want to see someone play Emulating Soul Eater Ajani. Just put Emulating Soul Eater in your White Weenie deck. And then every once in a while, just get it. Oh, you're tapped out, you're dead.
That's completely reasonable.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a great card on its own, but if you're pushing a lot of damage, you can, like, sacrifice half your life total to deal them, like, 5 or 6. Just on its own. It's not that strong, but it will always trade for X amount of life. I think it's sweet. Alright, so we're on turn 3 of this game, or turn 2. Ryan O'Connor takes a second turn, has a Farseek, has some blue cards, has some Ponders. He's going to cavern something. Alright. Tyus Hunt just walked by. Another commentator. You've worked with him. I haven't yet, but he is 4-0 in this tournament.
Tyus Hunt, a master.
And
Rookie of the Year. Forever and always.
He was. He was Rookie of the Year when I was that last year or the year before?
Not just Crown Rookie of the Year, but Crown Rookie of the Year the year before.
Oh, so he was the rookie to my Player of the Year?
No. He was Rookie of the Year in the 2011 season.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Impressive feat.
Yes. All right. Temporal Mastery off the top, going to give Ryan O'Connor not only his turn 3, but his turn 4.
Yeah, it's even better than Explorer.
Yeah. All right. So he awkwardly can't do anything with his turn though. So
Yeah,
just
that's
untap.
fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just a.
I mean, he's happy to do that.
All right. Does he have another miracle? Did he like Temporal Mastery again? Nope. Okay. Oh, he just. Why would he waste it? There's no reason to bonfire there. None.
I don't like that bonfire.
No, just wait in case he has a board. You're gonna. This game is going to come down to Ryan having like 15 mana.
And then you can just burn him with it too.
Yeah. Save it. I mean, he's like, oh, I already have one. I'm not going to need it. All right. So we have a forest, and some green card, but it's worth keeping, so it might be a Titan.
I believe it is a Primeval Titan.
Well, that's a good card to have on top of your library. Not gonna lie.
Forbidden Alchemy here for Joe. I mean, Joe last game not able to get anything going. This time on the play though, probably going to be able to stick at least a Planeswalker at some point in this game. Lingering Souls coming down for Joe, and then precisely why.
You don't want to waste your Bonfire of the Damned.
Yeah.
All right, but it's fine because we have a Primeval Titan, and that guy wins games.
He does win games, it's true.
All right, Inkmoth Nexus, along with his best buddy, Kessig Wolfrun. I feel like you and I are Inkmoth Nexus and Kessig Wolfrun.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Which one are you and which one am I?
I'm Kessig Wolfrun because you are Inkmoth Nexus. You're small and weak and a little rugged, but whenever you're around me,
Scrappy.
I can
Scrappy, I steal wins.
You have
That's
some,
my only chance.
but you have some great ideas that just still wins. But when I'm around, I make them way better, and then we become really fierce together. But without you to bring the ideas, I have nowhere to put my power.
That's fair. I like it. I like it. I mean, I'm like small and weak and compared to you.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
But even ideas.
I'm like 6'3".
You have the one point that starts it. You have the one idea that starts it all.
Fair enough.
And then I sit and grind and work on it.
All right. So.
Day of Judgment comes down from Joseph. That's why there's no creatures in play. If you were too busy listening to us.
And did Joe forget to attack with those 2 tokens before the thing?
I would assume not.
Maybe not. Oh, no, he didn't. Okay. So.
All right, Karn comes down. Give me that Seachrome Coast.
Yep. And Ryan having been successful previously with this.
I don't always like Eldine, like in this situation, like exactly. Like he can play the Gideon, and now Ryan either has to deal with the Gideon or he could potentially lose his Karn. His Karn goes to 1, but it's not gonna matter.
No, it's not gonna matter.
I think he's more afraid of maybe Sun Titans. I don't know. I guess you're not afraid of anything when you have a Karn Liberated in play.
That's the point. It's the point of 7 mana sorcery speed spells.
Maybe I should get into cosplay and go as Karn. He's like big and scary and gray.
I would definitely go with Thragtusk. All day, every day. Right, getting some life with that Glimmer Post.
All right, so now he's going to rip a card out of his opponent's hand.
And what's Joe going to let him remove?
Guess the Tragic Slip.
Tragic Slip?
Yeah, he's in a rough spot.
Really, really rough. And many options here. Does he want to go ahead and is he? Yeah, he's 1 mana short of being able to Snapcaster Temporal Mastery.
Mm-hmm. Wait, no. His Temporal Mastery should have been RFG'd.
Oh, it was Miracle. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we will not allow that to happen if Temporal Mastery gets Snapcastered. Alright, so he's like, hey, you got this 6/6, but I feel like I should attack with it. Because I'm not doing absolutely anything else.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like he can really do much else.
Alright, so he just chump blocks. That does put an infect counter on Gideon, and it's so cool when things like that happen.
Yeah. Can he ease?
Or no, damage is prevented, right? Yeah.
Oh, all damage gets prevented to Gideon,
Yeah.
so infect is damage as we've previously established. A Bonfire of the Damned in Ryan O'Connor's graveyard can deal with those tokens pretty easily.
Alright, and now because he chumped, now he can just safely get rid of that Gideon with his Karn, as well as Does he have another miracle?
Trying to decide what he wants to do here.
It seems like there's a miracle.
It does look like he's about to.
Attention Magic players, if you're
Or is this just a really good bluff?
handy, we have an order for you at the StarCDX.com dealer booth. If you would like to pick it up, that would be awesome. Again, Magic players, if your name is 10 handy,
Bonfire.
just make your way over to the
And that's-
StarCDX.com.
Oh, he gets to bond.
That's going to get rid of that Gideon, is it?
No, it's
for
one
7.
short. He doesn't care though. He'll like, I don't care if that thing attacks his turn. I want the card that's in your hand.
Yeah. Oh,
Alright,
now
so
that
it's-
Gideon dies, right? Or no, it's
No,
11.
no, no. Yeah, it's 11.
just gotten too
it
high.
gets +4 each time. It's
plus
so
4,
ridiculous.
yeah. So, at this point, Joe. He's
little
dropped Gideon down to 3.
It's a little sad that card's rotating out.
I liked him.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite planeswalkers. He's just like this huge threat, and he's scary, and any deck could have him.
He's a pacifist. So, gonna go ahead.
All right. Going to take the Gideon. I would restart the game with that.
I'd be happy to restart the game with a Gideon and a Secret Ghost to play. It's kind of difficult for my opponent to win that one.
Yes. Have you ever restarted the game with a card?
No,
It's so awesome.
I'm not.
I did it on Moto. Told my opponent not to concede.
Man, you're so lucky that your opponents listen to you on Moto.
Yeah.
You're like the only person in the world.
All
I tell my
right.
opponents like not to counter my spells all the time and stuff like that, and they do it anyway. Come on.
All right. Ponder, he keeps, and he puts a Copperline Gorge into play, so that top card must be insane.
So, yeah.
Oh.
So Bonfire gonna clear the way here.
There's a bonfire on top of his deck, so that is his third bonfire.
Did Ryan forget to activate?
No, he stole the Gideon.
Okay.
Untap, and do you like Hadoukens? Because we're going to see a Hadouken right now.
A big Hadouken?
A big Hadouken.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Alright, so Joseph. Alright. Joseph is just.
Your players, that time in the round, that's time in the round.
Alright,
Active
just
player,
plays out
finish your
Snapcaster
turn,
Mage.
you have 5 extra turns. Once again, it's time in the round.
Hadouken! So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 damage on the nose.
Yeah. That's it.
And you did.
And
I don't know what Joseph thinks he can do. Is it? Am I missing something, or he was high? He was higher than we thought.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, but at this point, Ryan still has that Wolf Run in play, so even if Joe is able to deal with his Karn by some miracle, it's still not going to be enough. Does he find the greatest Magic card of all time? No, he does not.
No. Alrighty.
Ryan O'Connor able to win the Afro Mirror match here.
Yes. All right. Congratulations to Ryan O'Connor.